Plastic surgery gone wrong. Top 10 celebs who regret their plastic surgery. Many of the world's celebrities have witnessed their beautiful features take a different turn as they try plastic surgery on some parts of their body. Plastic surgery, which is originally intended for cosmetic reasons, becomes the venture they must regret. So is the case of many of the popular world celebrities including Kendall Jenner, Khloe Kardashian and Tara Reid, who have openly admitted having done a tissue implant which didn't work out as desired. In this episode, we share with you a list of some of the top 10 celebrities who reportedly carried out cosmetic procedures involving tissue transplants for varying reasons, including the fear of aging or the pressure from the limelight. But unfortunately, it significantly disfigured their features, ending up as a disaster for them. Number 10. Daryl Hannah. An American actor and environmental activist, Daryl Hannah has been repeatedly talked about to have gone under the knife for a number of times for cosmetic procedures. Despite denying these allegations, her appearance hasn't changed for over the years, which is thought to be a disaster. She even said she will never do plastic surgery, claiming that people with plastic surgery look like mopeds. With these claims, one is tempted to question her transformation during the days of Splash to present. It is some overnight miracle that her lips have suddenly become puffy, which was never the case. Their unnatural size can't escape the rumors and controversies of lip fillers. At the age of 58, Daryl Hannah seems to be caught up in the trap of her own words when she asserted that plastic surgery makes people foolish and incompetent, given that she can still come to terms with the fact that her cheeks have become unusually fat, yet she claims to hate plastic surgery. Even anyone in the streets can make a clear difference between her earlier looks to those of today. Her face very much poached, which can only be a consequence of Botox injection. It is therefore simple a reason that aging can be a burden and a threat to the fine looks of the star, such that plastic surgery proves to be a savior just so she can maintain her beautiful looks. It has even been speculated by Neil Young's wife that the Blade Runner star Daryl Hannah had eyelid surgery in order to change the structure and appearance of her eyelids. This speculation can be true given that Daryl's eyes appear to be lifted and much different than in the past. Like we said earlier, we're talking about celebrities whose plastic surgeries went wrong for them, so despite these alleged changes by Daryl, her present appearance looks worse from her previous not-so-bad looks, proving that her cosmetic procedure didn't go as planned. Number 9. Joan van Ark. Though having denied allegations of a possible cosmetic procedure, which probably didn't happen as planned, Joan van Ark comes in on a list of top 10 celebrities whose plastic surgeries went wrong. Joan van Ark, who is famous for her roles on the nighttime soap opera Dallas and Knots, landing between the late 1970s to the early 1990s, and The Young and Restless from 2004 to 2005, which expanded her soap legacy to include the daytime portion of the genre, coming as a response to her IMDb credits, which was a stunning beauty that always seized the limelight in the days her acting career was at its peak. It is unbelievable how she has dramatically changed. According to surgeon Dr. Anthony Yoon, the drastically changed appearance of the one-time total stunner might be due to quite a bit of plastic surgery, he said. I suspect she's had at least one facelift, if not two, causing her neckline and jawline to look tight. He made further remarks like, her forehead is smooth and wrinkle-free, a possible consequence of a brow lift and Botox. It is obvious that the star might have chosen to embrace plastic surgery with its irresistible success, given her long-term insecurities before she'd go on camera. She never truly liked the way she looked, and once she had the money to burn, she tried to make herself pretty with plastic surgery, so an insider noted. Unfortunately for Van Ark, the cosmetic procedures under the knife seem to have ended as a disaster. Number 8. Priscilla Presley. Priscilla Presley became famous in the mid-1960s following her marriage with the American singer and actor Elvis Presley, who is dubbed the King of Rock and Roll, and has been repeatedly rumored for going under the knife for repeated cosmetic procedures that have gradually become a disaster for her fine looks. It became obvious on Tuesday of July 17, 2018, when Priscilla stepped out to participate in a protest in Las Vegas with a bandage on her nose at a totally different look which was near unrecognizable. Many surgeons in a chat with Closer Weekly affirmed to the fact that Priscilla must have done a varying number of plastic surgeries. Dr. Andrew Miller suggested that he thinks it appears that she has had a fair amount of fillers to her cheeks and probably Botox to her forehead. Dr. Adam Hammerway added, looks like she has definitely had the help of fillers and Botox. She may also have had a well-done facelift, but it is hard to tell. That's how a facelift should be, he concluded. A third doctor, speaking to Closer Weekly, Dr. Vartan Madirosian, agreed that she might have had Botox and fillers, but doubts, as he said, "I do not think that she has had cheek implants because they give a nice, natural contour to the cheekbones as they basically reproduce the bone anatomy." Priscilla openly admitted to having had a Botox injection from an unlicensed doctor, which resulted in lumps and partial paralysis in her face. The now 76-year-old ex-wife of late Elvis Presley, one of the documented victims of Dr. Daniel, is thought to have done several plastic surgeries, including a facelift, brow lift, and lip injection. Number 7. Paul Stanley. The first male celebrity we will talk about on our list whose plastic surgery went wrong is the notorious and most iconic frontman in the rock and roll industry, Kiss, Paul Stanley. The rhythmic guitarist vocalist openly affirmed speculations about him having done a cosmetic procedure to reconstruct his left ear. He claimed he was born with a condition microtia, a condition whereby a person is born without the exterior covering of the ear, just a transparent cartilage lump. About other features like his face, which appears narrower and younger, he said nothing, but it is rumored that he might have gone under the knife for multiple cosmetic procedures, including facelift, eyebrow lift, nose job, lip job, and Botox injection. Stanley, who is over 69 years old, appears to show no symptoms of aging. His brows and cheeks have no lines. Botox treatment is specifically used for these changes and allows for a younger look. These unnatural changes, therefore, do not escape the public scrutiny, given that his lips, cheeks, eyelids are evidently different and he looks a lot different from his previous countenance. Number 6. Donatella Versace. Many wonder what happened to the fashion designer who doubles as the vice president of one of the best Italian fashion houses, who has recently been rumored as one of the top fans of plastic surgery, given the disaster she has made of her face. Dr. Steve Falek, an expert plastic surgeon, chatting with HollywoodLife.com, speculated that the now 63-year-old famous fashion designer must have gone under the knife for a number of surgeries, which might include Botox, fillers, and lasers for the skin. He added that she might have also had facelifts and eyes and brows lift. Dr. Bruce Katz thinks Donatella has overdone it with Botox. She has had her cheeks augmented, probably with fillers, and certainly her lips have been filled. Her eyelids are a little droopy. I think that she has had some bad Botox because they are drooping. Maybe a little too much Botox in the forehead. She certainly uses some fillers in her earlobes. They are much stretched. Dr. David Rappaport, who supports the claims of his colleagues, added, from 2002 on, her face seems to have had more artificially defined fullness, where now her lips seem to be inflated. Most recently, it seems very clear that she has had a facelift scar that I can see in front of her temple area. You can see a fine linear scar. Her face looks more taut and tight. She has clearly undergone facelift surgery, perhaps over inflated lips and cheeks. Dr. David adds, it appears that her nose has never been done, mainly, I would say, a facelift. Somewhere between 2011 to 2014, she had done one. The hairline has been lifted too high. It shouldn't end that high above the ear. It could be because she has had more than one, but we can't know that for sure. Being such a big influence in the world of fashion, one must likely suppose that the pressure of the limelight has had its role to play as to why the fashion designer will go overboard to cosmetic procedures which evidently didn't work to her favor. Number 5. Michela Romanini. Here comes Italian socialite Michela Romanini, who is dubbed the Paris Hilton of Italy. It is almost unbelievable how this one-time diva has been reduced to something near unreal by a series of cosmetic procedures which practically became for her an obsession. In attempts to increase her lip size, probably to become more beautiful, Michela becomes what turned out to be the worst nightmare of her life. Her favorite procedure, which is said to be lip collagen injection, morphed her into what looks like an alien creature. The now 50-year-old international model and fashion icon has a completely different look from what she used to be due to excessively botched and transformed facial features. Number 4. Carla Bruni. The former First Lady, wife of the former French President Nicolas Sarkozy, Carla Bruni has also made headlines and been accused of excesses of Botox injection. The leading American dermatologist Dr. Ben Berman, after seeing the 44-year-old pictures of the former First Lady of France, who also was a former model, attacked personality with a statement, "That's why she has had surprised look on her face and looks like a chipmunk." He added, "She looks like she has had radiers, which is a filler for wrinkle reduction. But her results do not look natural. A lot of celebrities today look the same, They all have had puffy cheeks and the cat-like eyes. What they should do is just do a little bit so it just makes them look like a younger version of themselves rather than a 50-year-old trying to look 25. A good treatment to get is sculpture because it looks more natural and can make patients look pretty and attractive rather than that ridiculous fake look, the doctor concluded. A second doctor, Dr. Panasser, also takes interest in the rumors about the one-time cover girl of Givenchy and Christian Dior, saying she appears to have lots of open pores on her cheeks and chin, which again is part of the aging process. She looks like she used a lot of makeup to cover them, but this can actually make the problem worse. Giulia Bolino, a London makeup artist, after seeing one of Carla's pictures taken in May 2010, comments, "It is shocking to see Carla looking like this. It looks like she's been caught out in the harsh light." Whatever the reasons are to why this former first lady went under the knife for plastic surgery, it is very evident that the procedure was a complete disaster. Number 3. Heidi Montag. The Hills New Beginnings reality TV show star Heidi Montag is known for a shocking decision to carry out 10 plastic surgeries in a day. This included a breast augmentation, a nose job, fat injection in her face, an eyebrow lift and a chin injection, which she did in Colorado. She has been very open about her involvement with cosmetic procedures, especially when it became a headline on the hit show, pushing her to reveal during an interview with Entertainment Tonight that she doesn't want to relive that part of her life. She admitted in 2016, "I don't want to watch. I think that it was hard enough going through it at that time, and I was just in a way over my head. I had no idea what I was getting into." She always admitted to how much the transformation affected her life and career when she said, "Everyone in the show is in the clubs and dealing with this and that, and we were dealing with life-threatening severe things." Again, during an interview with Cosmopolitan, Heidi spoke about the consequences of her surgery. "I was way too young to make such a life-changing decision," she explained, noting that she felt pressure from the negativity and hate on the internet. In August 2013, Heidi recalled still during an interview with Cosmopolitan, "I think I looked in the mirror a little too much. I wish I had waited and not made a decision so young because I have long-term health complications." The MTV star reflected on the post-surgery, including her near-death experience. "Spencer thought he lost me," she told the Paper magazine. "I died for a minute. With that much surgery, I had to have 24 hours nurse care and Spencer didn't want to leave my side. My security guards called Spencer and told him Heidi's heart stopped. She's not going to make it, and I easily could have." Though having regained health and now being a loving wife and mom, Heidi's experience with cosmetic procedures was sure a nightmare and a disaster. Number 2. Pete Burns. The 80s music icon Pete Burns, who came from being famous as a singer to being famous for his changing looks as he affirmed to his plastic surgery obsession during an interview in 2016, "I hope when I'm 80, when I get to heaven, that God doesn't recognize me." Burns is noted to have started experimenting with plastic surgery just after the release of his hit single Dead or Alive. As a matter of fact, he said that as Right Round rose up to the chart, "I realized I was gonna be a visual entity and I had to look good." His first plastic surgery procedure is reported to have been a fix of an earlier broken nose. It definitely didn't turn out as desired, given that Burns told botched up bodies that he was not happy with the results, and so he went on to undergo a series of corrective procedures. Burns, after leaving the music industry in 2002, focused primarily on altering his looks and eventually became known for reality TV stints and his dramatically changing appearance. Going through procedures including nose jobs, cheekbone, implants, lip augmentations, and others, Burns told ABC during an interview in 2010, "I see myself as my own clay and I was remolding it." Such repeated procedures left Burns faced with many infections on the face and lips, which gradually led to more complications including blood clots in his legs, hearts, and lungs. Burns was rushed to the hospital when one lip augmentation went big wrong, which he fortunately survived through the heavy use of blood thinners, which significantly damaged his teeth. Even with the dilapidating state of Burns' health, he swore never to give up on changing his looks. "What I'm trying to achieve with my repeated surgery is my own personal satisfaction. It's narcissism," admitted Burns. He asserted during his ABC interview in 2010, "What you see on the outside is a complete contradiction to something that's on the inside." Number 1. Khloe Kardashian. The number 1 on our top 10 celebrities whose plastic surgery went wrong is one of the sisters of the famous reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It is but no news that these sisters are well skilled in the art of makeup, but their phenomenal change in appearance over the years have attracted attention and made buzz. The one-time winner voted as the favorite Kardashian sister, Khloe made headlines on social media when one of her pictures taken during a family gathering that had little or no retouching was accidentally leaked by an assistant. Responding to the rumors of having done plastic surgery as the picture portrayed, Khloe wrote on her Instagram, "The picture that was posted today this week is beautiful, but as one who has struggled with her body image all her life, when someone takes a photo of you that isn't flattering, in bad light, or doesn't capture your body the way it is after working very hard to get it on this point, and then shares it to the world, you should have every right to ask it not to be shared regardless of who you are." She revealed, noting her insecurities about the show when she said, "For me, everyone says, oh my gosh, she's had a third face transplant, but I've had one nose job, and everyone gets so upset, like why don't I talk about it? No one's ever asked me." Khloe equally voiced that she had tried Botox and responded horribly to it. Despite many speculations about her changed body, with even a slim body being attributed to lip suction, Khloe Kardashian has publicly admitted to having done several plastic surgery procedures which definitely went wrong. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more videos on crime stories, notorious outlaws, and historical scandals.